What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tony D2 Wild checking in once again, back in the building today, guys, with a review of the upcoming KD4 Nerf. Here we have it, guys. One of the most iconic basketball sneakers out there, aside from Jordan, okay? But when you talk about some of the greats of this era, LeBron, Kobe, KD, and you talk about their sneakers, you talk about each one of those lines individually at least, this is by far, in my opinion, the best KD sneaker of all time. Now, the Galaxy is right up there. Some people will prefer the Galaxy, some people may prefer the KD Nerf, some people may prefer the Weatherman, or you might even prefer something else. But for the most part, you know how sought after the KD4 Nerf is. Initially released back in 2011 at the time, the KD4 Nerf was an extremely rare and limited KD release of its time. It came in special packaging with an actual Nerf hoop. And from what I heard, it was limited to 300 pairs, mainly for friends and family, a special boutique, and basically a lot of, friends of KD's. Hasbro's also collaborated with that particular shoe. And as I stated, it came in special packaging, came with the Nerf hoop, came with the sneakers, and it was a little bit bigger than, overall packaging of what we have today. Fast forward to 2024, we have the KD4 Nerf releasing to a wider general release population. Now, it still may be a very highly sought after release because last time I checked, these are going for around $300. They are going to be retailing for $150. And as far as the release date goes, there has yet to be an actual release date for this sneaker, but it is being rumored to be around July, and more than likely it will be in July because now you're starting to see a lot of pairs pop up. Now, the shoe itself comes in a very iconic Nerf style 90s era kind of packaging of some sorts. Very close in similarity to the original packaging back in 2011. Pretty much a more simplified version with the lack of the actual Nerf hoop that was featured in the previous version. You have KD on there with him dunking, the Nike, the Nerf right here, the Nerf logo. You also have Hasbro right there on the back in collaboration with this particular sneaker. KD 35 and that Nerf, which is both being featured on the tongues of the sneaker. Now, one of the particular things that I want to also speak about when it comes to this particular shoe is the sizing. Now, I believe this is an 8.5. Let me confirm it. Yes, this is an 8.5, guys. So I picked up an 8.5 in the KD4 Galaxies. These fit the same exact way as those in my opinion, but these are a size 9. Now, I picked up a size 9 because that is what I could only get at the time, but I will say that if I could go back and get a size 9 in the Galaxies, I would. What does that mean? They run small. You guys know I'm an 8.5, 9. I prefer 8.5 because I like a snug fit to break in the shoe. I could break in that shoe. I've slightly broken in that shoe, but it's still a very, very tight fit, especially right here at the toe box. If you look at the toe box of this particular sneaker, you will see that it is extremely, if you could focus, there you go. If you focus in, you can see that the toe box on this particular shoe is very, very slim on the edge right there. And you can feel that, you can feel that. The 9, it still fits snug, but it fits the snug that I'm used to and that I like when rocking a shoe in a size 8.5. So this shoe, I can say without a doubt, I highly recommend sizing up. It's very similar with the Kobe's. The Kobe's kind of fit that same snug way, and people will recommend going up half a size on Kobe's as well, and I won't sit there and argue with you on that. But this one in particular, I'm gonna definitely sit here and tell you, bruh, size up. Those, I'm getting them in, they're broken in, I'm good, I'll be okay, but this size 9 is a perfect fit and a fit that I really do like on this particular shoe. You got the KD 35 on the left tongue, you got the Nerf on the right tongue. Check them out in full effect. The colors are magnificently vibrant. On the shoe, it says KD Nerf Concord Bright Crimson Black, size 8.5 with that 10 on the bottom. So with these retailing at $150, back when these originally released, back like in 2011 times, KD4s actually retailed for $95. Fast forward, or not even fast forward, to take a step back, the KD4 Nerf that released the special edition version in packaging retailed for $125. So this is now the one we have in 2024. What is that? 13 years later at this point, and that is a $25 increase on this particular shoe. So it's kind of crazy when you sit there and think about it. I mean, looking at Jordans, when I came into the game in 2013, I think they were just at like 170, 175, starting to push that 180, but like 170 is what I remembered. And now we're sitting at 200. So we've seen a $30 increase over the past decade now in Jordans. But when you compare that to like a KD4, which came in the game at 95, and now we're getting KD4s here for 150. You're looking at a $55 increase on KD4 sneakers over that period of time. And it's kind of crazy because you compare it to like LeBron's Elites and all that, they were pretty expensive. I want to say like 180, 190 even back when they were originally dropping. LeBron's models and even some of the Kobe's, but the KDs always seem to be a very affordable model out there. Kind of like what we saw with Paul George's shoes when they initially come out. They were like 110 at the time. But fast forward, you can see that inflation and just price is just went up insane. And there's not that much like a Pro Trophy or anything. I feel like it's an add-on or additional or something they changed. I feel like it's the same exact shoe from back then. They're just releasing it now. And look, at the end of the day, man, we can sit here and complain about it. I like to just point that out to let you guys and girls know about that. But I will say, man, I think Nike's definitely taking the advantage of the hype here, because we see them increasing the Jordans. I think that has a lot to do with inflation, with supply, demand, pricing, and all that. I don't think that that's the case here. I don't see the reason why these should jump up 50 bucks from when they originally released. With that being said though, you got that Concord running throughout the whole entire shoe. You have that gray on the back. You got the KD in that highlighter. It's like a highlighter green. Also featured throughout the shoe with the KD, the 35 in the highlighter, the crimson. The crimson is mainly though also on the bottom, which you have Big Tony and Barber there, or Tony Man, Barber there. You also got on the bottom right here, designed and engineered to the exact specifications. You got KD's signature, work hard on one side, stay focused on the other side. And then you got Big Chucky on the back, which has a lot to do with KD's family. Now, I mentioned this before, and forgive me because I may get it wrong. I said it before, and I didn't remember anybody even correcting me, but Tony, from what I know, Tony Durant is KD's brother. So from what I know is Big Tony, at least from what I've looked up as much as I can see, is Kevin Durant's brother. His brother, at least from what I've seen, is Tony Durant. You got Barber also on the shoe, who is Barbara Davis, and that is KD's grandmother. And then you also have Big Chucky on the back. Big Chucky being a big mentor to Kevin Durant, who was, and also coach, father figure, who passed away when Kevin Durant was, I believe, 16 years old. And Kevin Durant wore his number, or 35, for the age I believe that Big Chucky had passed away in. So he's always been, you know, paying tribute to a lot of people that played a big role in his life. His aunt, you know, the Aunt Pearls. He's always paid a lot of tribute to his family and the people around him growing up. KD himself said that he believed that the KD4 Nerf was the biggest shoe of his time, or his overall this line, that this is the biggest shoe out there. And I definitely agree with him on that. Also, at the time, you know, G.I. Joe, a lot of these other toy companies had been doing collaborations out there, and they wanted to do something alongside with KD and his brand. And there was Nerf guns laying around the table at the office. So they reached out to Nerf and made it happen. Nerf was happy to do it. They pretty much gave them the okay, told them to do whatever they wanted to do. And they went with that 90s theme because Nerf hoops was something that KD grew up on. And we've seen a lot of that happen during this time, specifically, like I said, on the KD4 Nerf. LeBron got his Fruity Pebbles, so he got that actual collaboration as well. And it just went into a perfect theme, in my opinion. When it comes to Kobe, I'm trying to think, but all Kobe did was eat, sleep, and shit basketball. So I don't think he had time to eat Fruity Pebbles or play Nerf hoops. You know, Kobe was just a Grinch, you feel me? That's what it is. He was just a basketball robot. But there might be one I just can't think of off the top of my head, but you know, they are definitely like the undefeated Kobe's. There's other collaborations like that, you know, that he's done with, but I just can't think up off the top of my head. But these are definitely, in my opinion, going to do extremely well. The Galaxies did extremely well. The Weathermans, unfortunately, I was unable to get my hands on, but these I did, and these will be in the collection and probably be at that slot right there. Or I might put them up here, like put them on this middle row right here. But I've been looking forward to getting my hands on these. I'm happy that these came out. This is really like the not saying like the Galaxy and these is like the real main squeeze when it came to the KD4s. We're gonna be getting Aunt Pearls in October. I wouldn't mind adding those to the arsenal. I do have the Aunt Pearl 3s. I kind of would prefer the 4s. I think everything on the 4, all those colorways are very, very dope. So if I can get as many 4s as possible, I'll be solid with the KDs. I ain't gonna lie, I'm looking forward to seeing if they do the 5s, because I mean, I feel like the 5s were not that long ago. You feel me? KD 5s, which were a really weird shaped shoe, but it was a dope shoe. Looking back at it now, is it wearable like in casual? Not, I don't think so, but it's a nice shoe overall. I'm not gonna knock it. But just be on the lookout. There is no set release date at the making of this video, but it is more than likely gonna be popping up more than likely as like a quick strike of some sort or something in the month of July. So stay tuned for that because it's coming very, very soon. You got Nerf on the insole on this side. You got a Nike swoosh on that side. You got that same old school theme of that 90s theme of Nerf all in the inside of the shoes, also going along the strap. It's just paying a lot of homage to that old school 90s retro vibe of Nerf. Maybe 80s and 90s, you feel me? But Nerf hoops, a big thing. You know, I'm more so, I ain't gonna lie, I grew up on the Nerf footballs, and you know, I'm all for it at the end of the day, playing along with the nostalgia that came with it for Nerf, but then this shoe in general as well, because I mean, 13, 14 years has been a long time. So that's kind of nostalgic to me as well. Let me know you guys' thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. As always, I love y'all, I appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna end you guys and girls off with an on-foot review. Peace.